In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add an AI agent to WhatsApp. To start off, you will need a Meta Business app. Head over to developers.facebook.com and you're going to sign in. Once you have signed in, you're going to click on My Apps. Then click on Create App. Right here, we're going to type in our app name. I'm going to call it n8n My App. And you're going to be required to input a contact email. Then click on Next. Under the use cases, you're going to click on Other and you're going to click on Next. Select Business and you're going to click on Next. From here, you're going to click on Create App. You'll be required to input your Facebook password, then click on Submit. From here, we will be required to integrate with our WhatsApp. So you're going to come over here to WhatsApp and you're going to click on Setup. And right on this form, you're going to be required to select a business portfolio. If you do not have a business portfolio, you will be required to create one. Just head over to business.facebook.com and right here on your upper left, you're going to click on this drop down and you're going to click on Create a Business Portfolio. Input your business portfolio name, your first name, last name, and your business email. Then click on Create, and your business portfolio will now be ready. Head over back to this page right here. When you click on this drop down, you should be able to select your business portfolio. Then click on Continue. Down here on your left, you should now be able to see WhatsApp. Select WhatsApp, and you're going to click on API Setup. Scroll down to this end, and you're going to input your recipient phone number. If you do not have one yet, you can just click on Manage Phone Number and you're going to click on Add Phone Number. You can then input your phone number right here, then click on Next. When you come back here and click on this drop down, you should be able to select your phone number. So now since we have connected our phone number, we can now go ahead and generate an access token. Click on Generate Access Token. And in this section, you're going to select this option right here, then click on Continue. Click on Save. You can now see that you have our access token right here. Let's scroll down here and you're going to click on Send Message. When we open our WhatsApp, you should be able to see a message, Hello World. Since everything has now been set up quite correctly, let's move on and start integrating our AI agent to WhatsApp. Head over to n8n and you're going to click on Create Workflow. We're going to start off with a trigger and our trigger is going to be our WhatsApp. Select on Messages. To connect your credentials, click on Create New Credential. And right here, you'll be required to input your client ID and your client secret. To get our client ID, we will head over back to our Meta app. And right here on your left, you're going to click on App Settings, then click on Basic. And right here, we have our app ID. We're going to copy this app ID, then head over back to n8n. We're going to paste in our app ID right here. Head over back to your Meta app and under App Secret, click on Show. Then copy your entire app secret. Head over back to n8n and you're going to input your app secret. From here, you're going to click on Save. And you can now see that everything has been connected successfully. Let's test our trigger to confirm that everything is working out correctly. We're going to click on Execute Step. And I'm going to type in a text on WhatsApp. And you can see that our WhatsApp trigger has now been executed successfully. If we open our WhatsApp trigger right here, you can see that we have an output. Our interest is going to be in this message array right here. So what you can do from here is you're going to add another node and you're going to select AI, then select AI agent. Under user message, you're going to select Define Below. And you can now simply grab this text message from our WhatsApp trigger. Let's head over back to Canvas. I'll then add our chat model. Simply go with OpenAI chat model. Connect your credentials. Under model, I can simply go with 4O Mini. Now let's go ahead and run this agent node. You can see that this node has now been executed successfully and we have our output right here. Hello, how can I assist you today? Let's add a system prompt to our AI agent. To do that, you're going to click on Add option. You're going to select System Message. Click on Expression. We're going to expand it. So I'm going to type in, you're a helpful assistant, respond in a friendly, natural human tone. And I would want to tell it who it's currently talking to. So you're currently talking to, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to pick this phone number right here. I would also like to tell it the current date and time. So curly braces, and I'm going to select now. Let's add a memory node as well so that our agent recalls our conversation. I'm going to select Simple Memory. Under Session ID, I'm going to select Define Below, and I'm going to pick on our mobile number to be our session ID. I'm going to increase this context window to 20. Then head over back to Canvas. All we need to do now is to respond back to WhatsApp. So we're going to add a WhatsApp node right here. And we're going to select send message. Let's click on credential, then create new credential. And we're going to be required to input our access token. Head over back to your Meta app. And down here on your left, you're going to select WhatsApp API setup. Click on generate access token, reconnect, then copy your access token. Head over back to n8n and you're going to paste in your access token. Let's head over back to our Meta app. And you're going to come down here and we have our WhatsApp business ID right here. We're going to copy this business ID, then head over back to n8n and you're going to paste in our account ID. Then click on save. Our credentials have been tested successfully. Let's close this window, close this, and let's continue filling out these other sections. Our resource is going to be message and our operation is going to be send. Our sender phone number is going to be this test number that is going to be provided. And on the recipient's phone number section, we're going to expand this WhatsApp trigger and we're going to input the phone number from which the message came from. The message type is going to be text. For our text body, we're going to grab this output from our AI agent. And I think everything has been set up correctly. If you get an error at this point, it could be possible that your token has expired and you'll need to go back to your Meta app and regenerate your access token. From there, you should be able to proceed successfully. So now our AI agent has been successfully connected to our WhatsApp. But you can do a lot more than just sending text messages on WhatsApp. You can send voice messages and you can also attach images and documents. Let's begin by sending an audio to our agent. To do that, we will have to do a few changes to this workflow here. Just after our WhatsApp trigger, we're going to add another node, and this node is going to be a set node. Our mode is going to be manual mapping, and you're going to add a field. I'm going to call it text, and the value is going to be the text body that we received from our WhatsApp trigger, and we should now be good. Now let's make a few changes to our AI agent. And we're going to change the prompt for the user message. And for this, I'm going to input the text from this set node. Now let's execute this step right here. And we get an error right here. Error in subnode simple memory. And this simply means that right inside this simple memory, this session key right here is missing. And so we are going to fix this. Let's expand it. I'm going to delete this. And we're going to start with our curly braces. And we're going to select WhatsApp trigger dot item dot json dot messages, and on these messages we get an array of values. All we need is the first value in the array, dot from, which contains our contacts. Let's execute this workflow again, and we're going to send in something like hello again, and this time we get a message on our WhatsApp. How can I assist you today? So that seems to have been set up quite correctly. And what we need to do now is to send in an audio to our AI agent. So let's click on execute workflow, and I'm going to say something like, what is the current time? I'm going to send it back, edit fields. So of course we get an error, but just ignore this for now. What we're interested in is what we get back from our WhatsApp trigger. When you come down here, under this message array, we now have our audio object right here. And so we will need to cater for this audio right here. We're going to add another node just after our trigger, and we're going to search for switch. I'm going to add routing, and for our value, we're going to come down here and we're going to select the audio. And if this audio exists, this route is going to be triggered. I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to call it audio. Let's add another route for text as well. So I'm going to click on execute flow, then head over back to our WhatsApp, and I'm going to type in hello. We're going to head over back to n8n, and we're going to add another text route. So click on add routing, and this time you're going to pick on this text object, and if it exists, this route is going to be triggered. I'm going to give this text route a name. So I'm going to call it text. And so we have our audio and our text right here. Let me connect our text route to these set fields. Now let's execute our workflow again, and this time you're going to upload an image. Head over back to WhatsApp, and we're going to upload an image. I'm going to type in something like describe the image. I'm going to head over back to n8n. Now let's add another image route right here. So I'm going to double click this switch node, and I'm going to select add routing, and you can see that on our left we now have our image object. So the value of this route is going to be image, and if it exists, this route is going to be triggered. I'm going to rename it. I'll give it the name image. Let's head over back to Canvas. And now you can see that we have 3 routes: audio, image, and text. So again, let's execute workflow. Head over back to WhatsApp. And this time I'm going to send in an audio message. What time is it? When you go back to n8n, you can see that our audio route has been triggered. I'm going to pin this audio message right here by clicking on pin data. And every time we click on execute workflow, our WhatsApp is going to be retriggered using that same audio data. Now, what we need to do from here is to download this audio. To do that, you're going to add another node, and it's going to be a WhatsApp node. And this time, you're going to select download media. We can rename it download URL. Connect your credentials. Under resource, be sure to select media. The operation is going to be download. Under media ID, you will come over here to your left, and under the messages array, you will head over to the audio object and you're going to select the audio ID. So you're going to select it and I'm going to drop it right there. Now let's test our workflow. Let's click on execute workflow. When we check on our download URL node, you can see that we now have our URL right here. But when we paste this URL onto our browser, you can see that we get an error. This is because this URL is protected. So what we'll need to do is we're going to use this URL to download our audio file. So let's add another node. This time you're going to add an HTTP request. The method is going to be get, and under URL, we're going to bring in this URL right here. Under authentication, we're going to select generic credential type. Generic auth type is going to be header auth, and we're going to connect our header auth right here. So we're going to select create new credential. We're going to give it a name, authorization. Ensure that you spell it exactly like this. Under value, we're going to click on expression and we're going to expand this. And we're going to type in bearer. Yes, we'll head over to our Meta app. We're going to generate our access token, copy our access token, head over back to n8n, and we're going to paste in our access token. Let's close this, then click on save. Our credentials have now been connected successfully. Now, when we execute this step right here, we should be able to get a downloadable file. Let's listen into this file right here. What time is it? So now that you have our downloadable file right here, our next step is to transcribe this file. So we are going to convert this audio into text. To do that, you're going to add another node, and this time you're going to use OpenAI, and we're going to select transcribe a recording. Connect your OpenAI credentials. Your resource is going to be audio, and the operation is going to be transcribe a recording. The input data field name is going to be data. Let's execute this step. And there we have it. We have our text here that has been transcribed from our audio. What time is it? So this is exactly what we need. Now let's create a set node. So again, we're going to click on add and we're going to type in set node. Our mode is going to be manual mapping. We're going to add field and we're going to name it text. The value is going to be the text from OpenAI, and everything should be set up well. Let's execute this step. And now you can see that you have our output, which is a text. Now let's connect this to our AI agent. Ensure that the name on the set field of this audio route right here is the same as the name in the set field under the text route. So this name should be the same as this name. Let's test out our workflow. Let's click on execute workflow. We now have a message that has been sent back to us. So now from here, what we want to do is we want to ensure that whenever we have an audio being sent to us, we also want to respond to it with an audio. So how do we do that? All we need to do is come over here just after the AI agent, and you're going to add another node. And this time it's going to be an if node. So select the if node. If, come down here and under WhatsApp trigger, we're going to select this audio object right here. If an audio object exists, then we will go through a different path. So what I need to do from here is I'm going to disconnect this link right here, and I'm going to connect this false route to this WhatsApp node. So every time we do not have an audio object, then we're going to trigger this route right here. But if we have an audio, then this route is going to be triggered. Now let's execute this workflow. You can see that the true route has been triggered. Now, how exactly are we going to generate our audio? To do that, you're going to add another node. This time, you're going to bring in OpenAI, and under audio actions, you're going to select generate audio. Connect your credentials. Be sure to select audio under resource. Under operation, you're going to select generate audio. Your text input is going to be this output from our AI agent. You can change the voice if you'd want to. So there are quite a number of voices right here. Let's execute this step. And now you can see that you have our audio file right here. Let's go back to Canvas and we're going to add another action right here. So click on add. You're going to bring in a WhatsApp node and this time you're going to select send message. So in this WhatsApp node right here, you're going to connect your credentials. Your resource is going to be message and the operation is going to be send. The sender phone number is going to be this test number and I'm going to input the recipient's phone number. The message type is going to be audio and you'd want to take audio from n8n. Let's click on execute step. And we have an error right here. So this error indicates that we are trying to pass in a file with the wrong MIME type. So WhatsApp expected one of these files, but then what was passed on is an MP3. So we need to change this. To do that, you're going to add another node here. So just after our OpenAI node, and you're going to bring in a code node. And right inside here, we're going to paste in a JavaScript code. I'm going to leave this code in the description box below so you can try it out. Once you're done, you can execute this step and you can see that our MIME type has now been changed from MP3 to MPEG. And this is supported by WhatsApp. Back on our Canva, we're going to execute the entire workflow so that you can confirm that everything works out well. So we're going to click on execute workflow. And you can see that everything seems to be working and we have a message right here that has been sent to us. Now let's move on to the image route. Let's first unpin the audio data that we used initially. Then click on execute workflow. This time I'm going to upload an image. I'm going to type in a caption. I'm going to ask it to describe this image in detail. And now you can see that this image route has been triggered. And so what we need to do from here is to download our image. So we're going to add another node. We're going to add a WhatsApp node. And we're going to select download media. Connect your credentials. The resource is going to be media. The operation is going to be download. Under the media ID, we will come over here to our messages array. And under the image object, we're going to pick on this ID right here. Now let's execute this step. And you can see that we now have a URL right here. I'm also going to pin this data on our WhatsApp trigger. So I'm going to click on pin data. And I should be able to use the same data over and over again to retrigger our workflow. So now that you have our URL, our next step will be to use this URL to download our image. And again, we're going to bring in an HTTP node. So select HTTP request. The method is going to be get. You're going to bring in this URL. So authentication, again, is going to be generic credential type. Generic auth type, you're going to go with header auth. And you're going to connect your header auth, just like you did in the previous connection. Now let's execute this step right here. And you can see that you have data right here, which is our image. Let's view it. Our image is right here, and we're now able to download this particular image. From here, we will need to analyze this image. And so we are going to add another node. We're going to bring in an OpenAI node, and we're going to select analyze image. Connect your credentials. Your resource is going to be image. Your operation is going to be analyze image. You're going to select a model. I'm going to select ChatGPT 4 or latest. Under our text input, I'm going to type in describe the image in detail. And I'm going to execute this step. And now you can see that we have a really long description of our image. And now from here, we are going to need a prompt that we will pass on to our AI agent. To do that, you're going to add another node right here. And again, we're going to bring in our set node. The mode is going to be manual mapping. You're going to add field. And again, the name is going to be text. Click on expression. Let's expand it. I'm going to type in the following prompt. So the user provided the following image and text. And under image description, I'm going to bring in this content. So the content from OpenAI. And under user message, I'm going to bring in the caption. When you come down here on WhatsApp trigger, you're going to go down and under the messages array, we have a caption right here. Every time there is a caption, this is going to be passed in. So I'm going to bring this one here and I'll place it right there. But if the user does not provide this message, we need to input a value that we can fall back to in case we do not have a message from the user. So I'm going to bring in the double pipe, quotations, and I'm going to type in describe the image in detail. And everything should now be okay. Let's execute this step. And we have our output right here. And so what we need to do from here is to connect this node with our AI agent. And everything should be set up quite well. Let's click on save and let's execute this workflow again. And we have a detailed description right here of our image. Let's try it out with the text. Let's unpin this data right here. Then click on execute workflow. I'm going to type in hello. And you can see that we have a message right back. Hello again. How can I assist you today? Let's send in an audio. So again, I'm going to click on execute workflow. I'll head over to our WhatsApp. What is the color of water? Audio route was triggered and our workflow was successful. To ensure that this workflow is always active, you're going to save your workflow and you're going to turn on the active button. Once it's turned green, it means everything is okay and your workflow is now successful. You can go ahead and try it out without repeatedly coming over here to manually click on execute workflow. You can basically add anything to this workflow and it should be able to work out for you. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel. Till next time, God bless.